What is up, Ali G Show fam? Welcome back to another track of the pod. As you know, this podcast lives at the intersection of movement and mindset, and I strongly believe that you are exactly where you are supposed to be. Today's guest is someone whose running journey is all about finding your way back to yourself. Holly Greca started running on a whim, completed her first marathon, and then swore she'd never do another one after an experience that left her feeling a little bit defeated. But sometimes the right community, the right mindset, and the right timing can completely change the narrative. We talk about what brought Holly out of marathon retirement, how the Peloton community helped her rediscover her love for movement, the importance of finding spaces where you truly feel seen, balancing marathon training with all things she has going on in life, and why her comeback marathon became one of the proudest moments of her life. So turn up the volume, lace up, and let's get into it. Holly, welcome to the Ali G Show. As you just said in the pre-show, you manifested this. I manifested this. I am so happy you're here. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. This is like a dream come true. Cannot believe we're talking finally.
I know. I feel like we've been going back and forth on Instagram forever. And I'm like, I just need to see Holly face to face and talk about your journey in fitness and in life and all the good things that you have to share. Like you said, I feel like you have a great roadmap in your head. I'm thinking. So let's get into it. Can you tell the Ali G Show listeners a little bit about who you are and where you're from and what you do?
All right. Well, my name is Holly, Holly JXO on the Peloton leaderboard. And
that's right.
I live, gotta drop the leaderboard name. I live in Michigan and I work at a school. I work with young 5 and kindergarten students, and we're approaching the end of the school year. So it's been a very hectic school year. But we're so close to the finish line. And I last year came out of marathon retirement, but like came back to running about 2 years ago. And it has been such an incredible whirlwind and so much excitement, so many emotions. And I'm just happy to have running back in my life.
Yes. Okay. I know we're going to talk a lot about it, but I can't wait to ask you, what was running like for you before you went into marathon retirement versus what it's like now? And I feel like we're going to get the whole story, but let's kick it off with that.
So running before marathon retirement was like, I started impulsively. I just kind of like one day was like, oh, I'm just going to go for a little run in the morning before work. And it was kind of fun. But I like wasn't really doing much with it. And I was with a therapist at the time and she had said, well, why don't you sign up for a 5K? And I was like, okay, like, I guess I could do that. But I was not like, I was doing a lot of walk running and like, I very much like was in early stages, like did not feel like a runner. So I ended up signing up for a 5K, did like a couch to 5K program. And I was like, oh, like this is kind of fun. So then I started doing more 5Ks, and like enjoying them, but like very much like was still like, very back of pack, like still kind of like, like this is like, I love it, but I like definitely like don't feel like I belong. And then I kind of impulsively signed up like within like, so that was back in like 2018. And then in 2019, I signed up for a full marathon.
Just like on a whim.
Sort of like,
I love this.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I mean, I can do like, it was crazy because like looking back, I had no idea what like I didn't really have, like, I had a couple friends who like, got me inspired to run, but like, I didn't really know like what a marathon was going to entail. The marathon that I, ran was the Detroit Free Press, and registration opens on January 1st. And that's like the cheapest price. So it was like, okay, January 1st, I've done like 5Ks and now we're going to do a full marathon next October. We're going to do it full send.
I love that. So it was like low key premeditated a little bit, but then you kind of just like, you just went for it. You just,
I really did. I really did.
I love that. You said you were not expecting it to be the way it was? Like, were you talking in terms of training or the race itself? What did you mean by that?
Are you
Or
talking
was it all just surprising to you?
It
Because
was all
everything, my
it was
first
all
marathon was
surprising to
surprising.
me, and like I'll get more into it as I continue the story because like it, I didn't know how intense like running that much would be versus like, you know, just like the 5Ks, and like I think I
Mhm.
hadn't done a 10K yet at that point, but I was like, but then I did, after I impulse signed up for the full marathon that was going to be in October. I did sign up for a half marathon that was slated to be in March of that year. So I was like,
Okay.
I should
Okay.
probably do a half marathon before doing the full marathon.
Listen, you could do whatever you want. I learned that in the running space quickly. You can do literally whatever you want. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks, and it's just you versus you, basically. As we say at Backline and at work all the time, it is literally you versus you. I love to hear that. So you sign up for this marathon,
Hmm.
you pull the trigger on it. It's January 1st, cheapest option. You're like, this is coming up on October. What is like the first thing going through your head?
So at the time, I had joined a group. It was a charity group, and then it was also like a training group. So like I knew there was going to be like
Nice.
a training plan and like opportunities. It was like to raise money for charity, and it was for like to have like that community to like train with. So I was like really
Mhm.
excited. I was like, okay, great. Like these are, and like I knew like maybe two or three members. So I was like, I
Mhm.
knew some people, like we're gonna, see what training is like. And I was all excited. So, but first I had to train for the half marathon. I like trained for the half marathon and I did fine for someone who was like doing walk running. My first half marathon, I ran like a 3 hours and 15 minutes,
Yeah, I mean,
which,
that's amazing.
yeah.
I
And
mean,
I was happy.
it's
And I was
your
happy
first
with it.
one.
Right.
Your first one,
Right. I was
you
happy with
know?
it. I was so
Yeah.
happy with it. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
great. The half marathon, like it was solid. I got this full marathon in October. I'm like, I was so confident. I was so
Mhm.
confident. So then a couple months pass, and the group that I'm part of does like a base training to like, oh, if you're starting from nothing, here's like some recommended beginner training to get you started. And so I
Got it.
did, it was like a 7 week like base training before the actual marathon training started. So then right before the base training started, I went and got fitted for running shoes. Like I actually, cause like I ran the half marathon on like random, like Dick's Sporting Goods says these are good running shoes, and just like bought them and was like, cool.
Yeah.
But
I
they got
mean,
me
we all had that experience.
right. So I got fitted for my first pair of shoes, and like that was mistake number one because I wore that pair of shoes for the 7 weeks of base training, the
Oh
18
my
weeks
god.
of marathon training, and the marathon.
Wow.
I didn't know shoes
Oh my god.
expired.
I know, I know. Did your feet hurt? That's when I knew. The
Oh, we'll
first I
get
think the
there.
first day
We'll get
my
there. We'll get
yes.
there.
I'm
But
I'm
feet,
jumping ahead. I'm
but no,
jumping
it's
ahead.
okay. They were such a great, it was such a great shoe. I still wear it to this day. I call it my Cinderella shoe. It is like the best.
Mhm.
I mean, I've been refitted. And I
Okay.
always like I've tried other things and I'm like, nope, this is my Cinderella shoe.
Love it.
Um, so I do the base training, and like I was very intimidated because like I did not realize
Mhm.
that the group that I joined was like 500 people. It was huge.
That's
And so like
crazy.
we met up every Saturday and did like our long runs together, and it was very like I was so intimidated, like to the point where like I would wait until everyone took off and I would stay in my car, like I
Mhm.
wouldn't even meet up with anyone, and then I would just like leave like from my car and start the race
Yeah.
like afterwards. And I like
Yeah.
started meeting some people, and then I kind of started to feel like at home, and it was cool. And I like I met people, I was training, you know, and it was great. Like I met some of my favorite people like during that time. The
Mhm.
training though started to get very hard like once the mileage picked up, especially cuz mind you I had already done 7 weeks of base training. And then an
Right.
18-week marathon plan is already longer than like most
Mhm.
plans. Like now when I train I follow a 16-week plan.
Mhm.
Um so I it started to get harder. I was still in college at the time, and like once the semester had started, I was very, very burnt out, and I was
Mhm.
struggling, and like part of what led me to start running was some like unhealed trauma that I was like working through, and it was like an escape. All of that trauma started to catch up to me like close, like as the marathon got closer.
Yeah.
And it
That's
got
tough.
to a point the week before the full marathon, like I didn't even want to like be on this planet anymore, like let alone like I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. But I had completely dropped off training. Like I hadn't trained in like a month. I was doing the long run every week, but that was the only thing I was doing. I wasn't doing any of the other mileage. So I never hit like a peak like mileage. I was getting at most like I was getting maybe 15 miles a week, which is like nearly not enough.
Yeah.
But
That's
I was
tough.
like so in my own head and like, you know, just like toggling with my existence that I was like, I got to do this. Like but I wanted to finish. And I like made, like, I was like, I signed up for this and I want to finish. So marathon day comes. I'm excited, but I'm also like nervous because I'm like, I know that I haven't trained properly. And I did not realize like what a beast this was going to be. And I did the thing. I seriously, I struggled. Like I maybe only ran like the first 5 miles and then I was walking the rest of the time. And
It's tough.
starting around mile 15, so I still had another like 11 miles to go because of those shoes that I never replaced. I had a blister like this big on the bottom of my foot.
No.
So
That's crazy.
every
So much
single
pain, I'm
step
sure.
hurt. Like I was seriously in
Oh,
pain. Like every single step hurt. And it got to the point where like now I feel like more races are more strict with like you must finish by this time. But they let me finish. They just made me move to the sidewalk because they had to reopen the road.
the streets.
Yeah. So I finished, but I was literally limping. And like one person from that group like came back, like she had finished her marathon. She came back and found me. And so like that was like, I will forever appreciate her for that. And she didn't cross the finish line with me. Like she went and found me, got me like to the finish line and then stopped and let me like cross. And I finished
so you
it
got
and
to
I
have
started
your moment.
bawling, but I don't know if it was the emotions or the blister.
Yeah, I feel like that's a common outcome for a lot of people,
I was
honestly. But that sounds a lot.
I was so miserable. And it took me 7 hours and 45 minutes. Like I was out there a long time.
Wow. Yeah. That's
And
a
so
long
then I went
time.
into marathon retirement. I was like, I'm never doing that again.
You're like, and scene across the
Literally.
finish line, and now I'm done. Oh my goodness. Well, that was first of all, thank you for sharing that story. I feel like a lot of people have very similar experiences. And I say this all the time on the pod. I feel like a lot of people have similar experiences, but when you're telling a story for the first time, it feels like nobody else has lived it. So I feel like that could very much resonate with a lot of people who listen to the pod and people that I've talked to that don't listen to the pod or are, and just anybody that I've talked to. I feel like that resonates so much. So thank you for sharing that. And I'm sorry that it brought you into marathon retirement, but I'm really glad that something brought you back out of marathon retirement.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
what
will
brought
say
you
I went
back?
out of like full marathon retirement. So I did like for the next 3
Fair,
years,
fair.
I stayed with the organization. And then I like kind of started to pull away because I started to see I was a captain for the organization. And then when I had leadership, I kind of started to see like, oh, this is not something that I stand for, something that I want to be a part of, which like was really hurtful because it was a cause that was very near and dear to my heart. And it was very big for me. And so I discovered that like I had signed up to run a half marathon with them in 2022. And then like right at the start of that season, I was like, ooh, I don't want to be with them anymore. But I finished out the year because I signed up with them and I'm a woman of my word. So when I sign up, I ended up doing a lot of the training on my own though. Cause I was like, I need to pull away. This is not a good environment for me. This is not a community where I feel seen. And so then in 2022, I went in complete running retirement, just like stopped running completely. And that was like for close to 2 years that I didn't run at all.
Wow. Well, I mean, I'm really proud of you for making that decision too with the group, especially because I will say like Out of a lot of people that I've talked to, those types of groups, whether it's even if it's a small group, big group, 500 people, 20 people, 25, it doesn't matter. I feel like you have to be able to connect with it, and you have to be motivated to keep going back. And it has to resonate with you in some way for it to be worth your time and, worth your energy and honestly worth the motivation to keep going. So I'm proud of you for making that choice, because it's not easy. And when you're that involved for a few months, a few years, even a few weeks, it can
Yeah,
be really hard to kind of backtrack and like take a step back because you get so wrapped up in it. So
it was
I'm
really
glad that
hard.
you parted ways. But no, I'm sure. I'm sure.
I wanted to be seen so badly. And
Mm-hmm.
like just knowing that like I wasn't going to be seen by this community, like no matter how hard I
Mm-hmm.
tried, like it it was too much. It was like too heartbreaking to have to put myself through that and then also like continue to show up and like raise
Mm-hmm.
money and like be like giving my all to an organization where I just wanted to be seen. Like I wanted to
Yeah.
be like I had so many ideas for social media. I was like, I want to do that. And then I was always told like, no, like that you're not really what we're looking for this. And so I left and then I started making my
I hate.
own social media. But then I got reached out to like, hey, I want to pick your brain on some ideas for the social because my stuff started to do well independently. And so that
Mm-hmm.
just like shows you like I made the right choice. And like I don't have ill will towards anyone, like even the people that I've had to like separate from. Like I wish them nothing but the best, but
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't stay in that environment anymore for my growth.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. It's seriously, I said it before, but it is a very tough decision to make. And at the end of the day, like you have to do what's best for you and your mental health and what's good for you in running too, right? If it's not filling your cup and you are literally pouring your all into something and you're getting nothing in return, I can understand why it would feel that way for sure. And to not be seen is like, I mean, honestly, I talk about it all the time on this podcast. It is so unacceptable like now to have that vibe in a run group. And it just, I mean, you could tell by my tone of voice, I'm sure. It
Yeah,
upsets me so much and it frustrates me so much because it's like, why should there be so much negativity in a space that's supposed to bring people together? It's so ridiculous.
absolutely.
And amongst
Absolutely.
adults, nonetheless,
Right.
adults.
Right.
Adults.
It's
Let's
supposed to be
just let
fun.
that
Like
sink
it's
in.
supposed to be
It's
fun.
supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun. And if you take it more seriously than someone else, great. If someone else takes it more seriously than you and you're there to solely have fun and somebody's there to kick ass and hit their goal and that's what fills their cup, so be it. You're also kicking ass by having fun. So like who cares?
Yeah.
That's my point of view.
No,
People can
absolutely.
disagree with me, but so I'm proud of you. That's a really tough decision.
Yeah, and I'm proud of myself too, and, like, looking back, like, there's still
Yeah.
a few people I keep in contact with, but, like, I
Mhm.
didn't I didn't leave on bad terms, like, I just exited
Yeah.
quietly, and, like,
Yep.
people who have wanted to ask, like, I haven't hidden it, but
Mhm.
I don't wanna just, like, you know because there's good people there, and
Right.
I will
Right.
be thankful for the time that I had, and also know that, like, I could not continue to grow there, and then
Right.
that's fine.
Right. Yeah. And you grew in so many other ways.
Oh,
And
yeah.
now you're here and you're doing this podcast and we get to talk about all the fun things that helped you grow. So so you have this whole thing, you quietly leave. You're like, I want to do this whole running thing again after stopping completely. What was that mindset like going into that? Like, did you just start on the tread one day? Did you take a class? Did you meet a person? What was your reintroduction? I
So
don't even know if that's a word.
my
Into
reintroduction
running.
was I had been on the Peloton platform a little bit, like, in, like, COVID times, like, I would take, like, a class a week. And, like,
Yeah.
it was very like, I was very every once in a while, I was like, like, "This is cool, I guess," but I wasn't, like, all in on it, and it was, like, just
Hmm.
running classes, and I would just take, like, the same because like, I feel like people have, like, their preferences for instructors, and, like but when I came back, I was like, "I'm gonna try taking a couple Peloton classes again," but I was like, "I wanna branch out, I wanna try some different people that I haven't like taken class from before." So
Hmm.
I started doing that by taking like my regular like people I was used to like run classes and then
Hmm.
I would take a 5-minute post run stretch with someone I've never like
taken.
I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, like,
Yeah.
let's try this person. Let's see what this
Hmm.
vibe is. Like, let's try this. And like, full disclosure, like, I only take classes with female Peloton instructors. Like, that is like my comfort level. And that's just where I'm at. And
That's your thing.
that's, yeah. So I was just like trying out different people, and I like just messed around. And then one day I selected 5 minute post run stretch, Mariana Fernandez.
Yep. The
And then,
best.
yeah, but that, so like I took that 5 minute post run stretch and I was like, okay, like I really like this vibe. I like the vibe. And so the next day I was like, I want to try like an actual class from her. And that was the first time where I was like, this is a 5 minute. And in that 5 minutes, I was like, I really like this vibe. So I'm going to
Hmm.
take a class tomorrow, like a full length class, and see what I think, how I feel.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I did that. And
And
then
do you remember which one it was?
I think it was I think it may have been like a 20-minute Latin. It was a 20-minute Latin something. It might have been a
So
walk.
good. So
Yeah.
good.
Like a 20-minute Latin walk. And I was like, remember like, oh, this is challenging. Like I feel
Hmm.
challenged right now. Because mind you, I hadn't really run like at all in like 2
Right.
years. And I was,
Yeah, of course.
so I was like, this is challenging. This is fun. But that was like, I couldn't do the math. It's coming up on like almost exactly 2 years ago, because since that day of that first post run stretch, I have taken a class with Mariana every single day. Today was 714 days.
Oh my goodness.
At
That's
least once. Like,
crazy.
even if
That's
it's
so cool.
meditation. And like,
Yeah, well, I
I
mean, it
still,
counts.
right. I
Counts.
take other instructors too, but every day for 714 days, I have like taken a Mariana class.
I love that. That's music to my ears. I'm running out of classes. I have to repeat
I'm
all of
almost,
her,
I'm like a
all of
decent,
her runs.
I'm almost through her running catalog. I have like a couple, I call it backlogging.
Hmm.
I'm almost through the entire running catalog, and I like am doing pretty well on yoga, considering she's been on the platform for yoga for so like for much longer than
Hmm.
she's been on the tread.
Hmm.
Like, I think
Yeah.
I have maybe like 300 yogas left to do or something.
You're brave because I feel like you and I have been talking for a while on Instagram. You know that Mariana had to take me to hot yoga and force me to do yoga at Peloton in a good way. This is all
Yeah.
a positive thing, and force me to stretch after my runs in order to be able to touch my toes
No,
for
for
the first
real.
time ever in a yoga class.
Well, yeah.
Because I'm like the least flexible person
I think
ever,
I actually
and
heard
her
that.
yoga
I may
helped
have heard
me.
that story like maybe when she was on the pod. I feel like you talked about it.
Yeah, we
About you
definitely
being
did.
able to touch your toes. Yeah.
Yeah, because she was laughing and she's like, "You can touch your toes." I'm like, "I cannot touch my toes." I'm like, I will sit in yoga and I will show you that I cannot touch my toes."
Yeah. I mean,
And
I
then I
grew up
sat in yoga
advanced,
again
so
and
like
I did it.
I could always touch my toes, but even when I was
Hmm.
running, when I was marathon training that first time, I never stretched afterwards, like, ever.
I know,
Like, and
me
that's
either.
another like bad, like so many things looking back, I was like, I was literally such an idiot. Like the blind leading the
I know.
blind.
I'm just
Like,
currently an idiot and I still don't stretch.
well, so I
It's fine.
started, I took like her running classes, and then I was like, oh, she does
Hmm.
yoga. I had like very limited experience in yoga. There was like a couple practices, and I was like using yoga to kind of work through some of my trauma. So
Hmm.
I had some like lessons, but I didn't really like do a ton. But now like I do more yoga classes on Peloton than anything else. And like
Hmm.
I'm sure there's many other great Peloton yoga instructors, but I have not taken a single one with anyone else.
Listen, when you find your instructors and you find your people, it's just what sticks, right? Like, I
I'm
mean, I've
at,
told this story.
I have the app pulled up. I'm at 829 yoga, all with Mariana,
What?
all within 714
I'm gonna
days.
look at mine right now. Mine is you absolutely put me to shame on that front. Uh, let me see what I'm at. I think I'm definitely not even at 100. I'll be
Come
honest.
on.
Oh, maybe I am. Maybe I am. Everybody listening is like, can you talk about your stats LAG another time because you're not at 100. Oh, I'm at 180.
Look at you.
Okay.
So you're almost at
Okay.
200.
I'm not at 200. That's what
So
I
like
meant.
maybe like, a year from now you'll hit 200.
No, literally, in probably 2 years from now. Although I did just start like a really strength training, and one of my best friends is helping me, and he's like, "You have to stretch for like at least 5 minutes." And he's like, "Do a yoga," and I'm like, "That I can do. I can get back on board with yoga."
Yeah. No, it's
But
great.
anyway, your numbers are insanely impressive. I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad you stuck with it because
I'm very
it's
proud of
tough
that
for me
yoga number, especially because it's like within like that means I've done like I'm sure there's days where I stack, but like that means I've done like at least a yoga like pretty much almost every
every
day.
day. That's
And it
wild.
feels
It's so wild.
no, it feels great.
Consistency is key. I say it all the time. Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, no, it was great. So I was like doing all these classes and like I ended up like connecting with Mariana on Instagram and I told her a little bit about my past and like I was like I'm in marathon retirement. But I signed up for a half marathon. Like you inspired me to get back into running and I'm going
Mhm.
to run the Detroit Free Press half marathon and it'll be like a comeback to marathoning. And I was like, at the time though, I was like, I don't know that I'll ever do a full marathon again. And she
Mhm.
told me, and I like will never forget this. She said, "You don't have to, but if you do, this time it's on your terms. Like you don't have to impress or do, like you don't need to force yourself. Like if you choose to do this again, like this is on your terms. Like you get to be the boss and decide."
Mhm.
And and I was grateful for that because I was feeling, obviously like after being with and I had joined a local organization. This one I will talk about all day long, Team Running Lab in Brighton. um
Yes.
I have been fortunate to I'm an ambassador for them and I have been for the last 2 years. But it's a great local, like I really love the Peloton community, but being in Michigan and Peloton being in New York, I need to have some people close by. So I've got my Team
Mhm.
Running Lab people and it's super great. Like I go do long runs. It's a nice, beautiful 8 mile loop. And there's like
Yep.
water and just immaculate vibes and really cool individuals. And so
I
thankful for
love
that. But
that.
so I'm training with Mariana for this comeback half marathon.
Mhm.
And I ended up this like right before I went into running retirement, I had a goal to run a sub 3 hour half marathon and I didn't hit that goal.
Mhm.
And I was
Mhm.
feeling kind of down, whatever. But like for this half marathon, I was like, I'm not gonna worry about it. I would like to, I was like, I want to have a sub 3 hour half marathon, but I'm not gonna force myself because like what she said really stuck with me. And so this time though, I'm doing yoga, I'm doing stretching, I'm
Mhm.
like taking care of my body, I'm like figuring out my nutrition. And I ended up running a 2 hour, 49 minute comeback half
Wow.
marathon.
That's right. 10.
Yeah.
Oh my god, wait, what was the first time? 3 hours
3:15.
3:15? That's insanely impressive. 25-minute PR. That's
Yeah.
so
No,
impressive.
it felt so good. And then but after that, like Mariana has this thing where she like makes you believe in yourself. And so
Mhm.
I was like, oh, like maybe I can do another full marathon. But I was still like actively scared of that because of everything I went through the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
time.
of
Like I
course,
was
of
still
course.
actively terrified, but I was
Mhm.
like, this seems more possible now.
Yeah.
Um, and so I didn't do it January 1st this time. I thought about it for a while, but I decided to run the Detroit Free Press full marathon again in 2025. So the first one was 2019. This one, so
Yes.
like 6 years apart. And I was like, I'm doing it. And I also signed up for the Flying Pig half marathon like for May of that year. So
I was gonna
2025
ask
was
you if you've done Flying Pig. I don't
yeah.
know why it just stuck out to me when you said Michigan. I know it's not in Michigan, but I was like, I feel like a lot of people from Michigan do Flying Pig.
Well, my niece and nephew live in Cincinnati, so it was
It's
perfect
perfect.
because I was able to spend the weekend with them and um yeah, no, it was perfect. So I did
Love
in
it.
the 2025 I ran the Flying Pig half marathon and then I ran the Detroit Free Press full marathon as my official
Unreal.
comeback marathon.
I love it. Okay, so walk me through the half first and then the marathon, your comeback marathon.
So the half was tough because again, Michigan winter training, I did a
Mm-hmm.
lot of my weekday miles because I was still working at the school at the time. So like I'm,
Mm-hmm.
and I cannot, because with the kids, I love them dearly. Like I choose to work with children, like I know. And everyone always says I have such immense patience for children, but I cannot run after being with children all day. It has to be done in the
I
morning.
feel that. I
Like
don't teach
they are
children,
just,
or I'm not with
I love
children, but
them
I
so
feel that.
much, but they
Yeah.
drain a lot because like of my empathy and my patience for them. By the time I get
Mm-hmm.
home, I'm like, I can't. I just have to like decompress.
Mm-hmm.
So I was getting up before work and doing miles, and like that's a whole, like the teachers out there know that like training and teaching is no joke.
Yeah, no.
So I set out and trained, and then I did a couple of long runs where like my eyelashes froze and my eyebrows like were covered in
Yeah.
frost because it was like -15 wind
That's
chills.
crazy.
But I
It's
was,
crazy.
I was enjoying it, and I was like looking
Mm-hmm.
forward to the race, and I was very excited. And then flash forward to the weekend in Cincinnati, I'm at my nephew's soccer game the day before, and it is downpour rain, and it was
No.
rain the whole weekend. And I was like, great.
Oh.
I was like preparing, but I was like, I don't want another blister like the first full marathon. I don't want another blister like the first full marathon. I was so scared. But I like
Yeah.
went, and the rain, it rained a little bit, but it was like sprinkling. It honestly, it worked out. And I ended up PRing by like a whole 11 seconds. Like,
Wow.
so I like PR'd
Yeah.
again, and I was like,
That's
okay,
insane.
this is awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah.
But it was a great race. I really enjoyed it. It was super hilly, so
Mm-hmm.
hilly.
Yeah.
But it was a
I've
good
heard
race.
that.
Like the vibes were good. I have TikTok, and so like I met some people like that like were training, like we like posting their training videos on TikTok. I like met up with them at the race. So it was like
Oh, it's
super
so
cool.
fun.
Yeah, no, I
I
really
love
enjoyed
that.
it. And it was a fun race. Like I would do it again for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then it was, the summertime started, and I started training for the full. And I knew it was going to be hard, especially because I work
Mm-hmm.
like the summer program at my school too. So I'm like getting up, doing the training, doing summer camp, and then
Mm-hmm.
like sometimes doing like extra stretching or yoga in the evening. Like, but it was really being intentional, like really taking care of
Mm-hmm.
my body this time as compared to last. But I also like in that time between 2019 where like I was fresh out of like very traumatic experiences to like being now where I have a lot of the tools to cope under my belt, like I
Mm-hmm.
felt better mentally. I was in a better headspace.
Yeah. I
And so
love to hear that.
that made a huge difference too. But
I
I
bet.
train. The long runs are tough, and I had some really tough ones, but I'm finding success. I'm testing out nutrition. I'm getting all of my miles in, and I even like started like there's some days where like the weekly mileage is long, so like even though I don't like running in the evening, I'll do like a split. So like if there's like 6 miles on a weekday, I'll do 3 in the morning and then 3
Mm-hmm.
later on. And I learned that that was a better way long term for my body to like still get the miles, but like not
Mm-hmm.
like having to get up super super early either, because I love my sleep.
Yeah, that's so smart. And you have to find the balance between like, and it's hard running with any job, but especially teaching. I've seen it with my sister. She's a teacher and she's around kids all day. And she's like, I just do not, I do not have the brain capacity, just like you said, after the day is done. She's like, and I don't have time in the morning. So she'll wake up, or she used to, now she's working remotely, but she used to wake up at like 4:45, 5 o'clock, do
Yeah.
like 3 miles. And then after work, she would walk and try to like motivate herself to run a little bit, like a walk
Yeah.
run kind of
No,
after work because it
it's
was so draining.
exhausting, but
And she
it's
was exhausted.
yeah, no, it's a
Yeah.
lot. Like they take because it's physical, but it's also like just the mental, like of having to I read a statistic somewhere, and I don't know how true this is, but so take it with a grain of salt. But like teachers have to make more second to second decisions than like neurosurgeons,
Interesting.
because you
Okay.
have to be on. You have to be like,
Yeah. All the time.
I firmly believe that kids deserve our best. And like, even if your personal, like they deserve the best, even if you're not
Hmm.
feeling it that day, like you have to give the kids your best, which is
Yeah.
hard. It can be hard to like leave if something really big is happening. It can be hard to leave those things at the door, but the kids
Mm-hmm.
deserve it. And I very like pride myself on like, really showing up. But then that means some days like being a little highly sensitive empath that I am, I like, drive home in silence, stare at the
Oh
wall
yeah.
for a couple hours
Mm-hmm.
when I get home.
Mm-hmm. I'll turn on the TV sometimes. I'm not around kids, but like I have some days working in entertainment are crazier than others. And some days I'll just come home and I'm like, I turn on the TV and my intentions are great. And then I just sit there.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even turning anything on. I'm literally watching whatever preview's coming on Netflix that like is 10 seconds long over and over and over again because I'm just like, I need a minute. I just need a minute
I
to
will turn the
relax.
TV on and like be zoning out and not even realizing that I'm not
Same.
paying attention to what I'm watching.
Same. And then I'm on TikTok and then
Yeah.
I'm on my computer.
Yeah.
And I'm on
No,
every
I
device I
often
have.
have, I need like multiple channels coming at me, but then I'm like, a lot of the times it's all just like noise.
I know, same.
And I know it's
Same.
not like
I'm with
healthy,
you.
I need to have like
No, I
better,
know. I
like
know. I
sleep
try to.
hygiene is real
I know.
bad. Like,
I
but
know. Me
it is what it
too.
is. You got to do what you got
Me
to do.
too. I know sometimes like I don't know if you feel this when you're training and doing yoga at night sometimes or with your schedule like sometimes I find it really hard to go to sleep if I had a really tough workout. Like if I did
Yeah.
a
If I
really
have
hard
a
run.
tough evening workout, it takes
Mhm.
longer for me to come down.
Me too.
Um, like, and
Me
that's
too.
why I like to do like yoga for a while. Like when I was really like first discovering Mariana, like
Mhm.
I was doing her restorative yoga classes, and like as a person who experienced like some trauma, like they would like make me cry, but it was like
Mhm.
a release, and like taking those like I really helped like and like that's one of those things like if I wanted to improve my sleep hygiene, I, would go back to doing nightly restorative because it
Right.
was so good for me. And I
Mhm.
remember like my grandmother passed away, and I did
Oh.
a restorative class, and like I just started, and it was one I had taken before, and I just started
Mhm.
bawling, like bawling into the pillow, like, but it was like the release that I needed. And it
Mhm.
was so like healing for me. So like I know that like that's what I need to do to improve my sleep
I
hygiene.
know. It
But
just
like,
doesn't work like that. It
no,
doesn't work out for
never.
me ever. Girl, we're in the same boat. I'm like I know every night I should be going to bed at like 9:30 and then all of a sudden I look up and it's like 11:30 and I wake up at 5 and I'm like, "Oh
Right.
no, I'm going to be running on 5 hours of sleep tomorrow morning. It is what it is, but I'm not going to, mama didn't raise a quitter." That's
No,
that's what me and my
I
friends like
do
to
get
say.
close to 8 hours every night, but like I start laying down
Oh,
at like
you're
8:45 because of
yeah.
how intense most days. Like I work at the school, but I'm saving for a wedding, so I'm also tutoring, I'm
Mhm.
babysitting, I'm like coaching my school. I piloted and coached a spirit squad at my school that I'm hustling right now, while
Yeah,
also
yeah.
like running and showing up for myself. So like it's very long days. So usually by like I'm shocked if I'm not like in bed by like 8:15 unless I have
Oh,
something going on.
that's okay. I need to learn more from you.
I will probably like after
Because
this is over, like put my pajamas on and like get ready to
you know
lay down.
what? I'm literally wearing my pajama pants right now. So thank God nobody can see my pajama pants, but
No, no judgment
I'm
here.
with you. I am so with you. I love that though, and I'm backtracking a bit because Mariana has the best tidbits of information and inspiration, and I really love that that stuck out with you. I mean, as you know, she's one of my favorite instructors. She's amazing. We've run many runs together. We've slogged through many humid, disgusting 100-degree days in New York City. I've quite literally caught her when she's like falling from us just stopping a run and it's 90 degrees, but she always somehow like finds a way through. And I think it's so awesome that it resonates with you and it helps you and it still helps you, right? And it's just the content might not change, but like in the moments that you need it the most, it's going to show up for you, which I think is really special.
It's crazy because like her and I talk like often, like we'll message back and forth on Instagram, and like to me though, like she's like a daily, like she is part of my daily life, like even if
Mm-hmm.
I don't, like even if we don't talk. And like it
Yeah.
is like but the content is like, I have comfort classes, like ones that I have taken, like probably like if Peloton told you, like it's like Spotify Wrapped, like your top class was this workout, you did it like this many times, like that is
700 times.
right. You are the only
I
person who likes this class.
no,
No, it's
I'm
great.
sure there are so many other people in the same boat. And also, side note, are you getting married?
I am getting married
Oh,
this like
fun.
January of 2027. Yeah,
So fun. Are you
very
excited?
fun. I'm very excited. I actually just got my dress last weekend, and
Oh,
I sent a
yay.
picture to Mariana, and she said I am crying.
Oh.
And I'm very excited. Um yeah, just all the things right now though, like saving for the wedding. He's working a bunch of overtime, and I'm
Hmm.
doing all the side hustles right now. Um but
And
like
you're still training and you're
yes,
still doing all the fun things
yes. I
in the
did sign
fitness
up for
world.
I am doing the Detroit Free Press half this year though, like because I know that like wedding is going to be
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
But I want to backtrack a little bit to like my comeback marathon, because like I was
Yeah.
training, I was doing great. And then like it started to get harder, but like I was doing great. And like when the school year
Hmm.
starts, like cuz I know I've been down this path before. The school year starts is always when like the training picks up, but it's like I'm also busier because the
Right.
school year started. And so like things started to get more busy, but I was like really like doubling down. Like even on the days like I didn't fully like get to my mileage, I do like runner math, like girl math, where I'm like,
Me too.
oh, today's run, it says I'm supposed to do 7 miles, but yesterday I was supposed to be 3 and I did like 3.64. So like I only
Hmm.
need to do like 6
Yeah.
point whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, it all evens out by the end. And I was getting
That's
my
right.
long runs in, and but for the half marathon, the Flying Pig, I was using like coaching, like I was listening to Mariana in my ear, like I was stacking classes to get through my long runs, but I was very intentional. And I like remember telling her like, for this full marathon, I'm going to start doing my long runs without you. I was like, I want to be able to do this on my own.
Hmm.
Like, and
Hmm.
like, it's so nice to have her like in my ear, like saying things, but I was like, I want to be able to do this on my own. And so like, I
Hmm.
have a playlist that like it just keeps growing. And I sent her the link, and I was like, if you can, if you want to, if you have the time, I would love if you added like a couple songs. And she threw some
Oh,
songs onto my playlist. It's not like 70 songs. Like it's mostly me that adds, but like she has like her
what did
content
she add?
in there. Green Light by Lord, of course.
It's a great song.
Yeah,
Great song.
it's a great song. I actually got to tap to it this year for my tap recital.
Love that.
What else did she add? Right Now by Van Halen, and it's a Pink song. Do you know which one it is?
Hmm.
Putting you on the spot.
Oh, I should know this.
I know. As soon as I say it, you're going to be like,
Shit.
duh.
I don't know. Give it to me. Give
Try.
it to me. Oh, I knew it.
I knew,
I was gonna.
I knew you
I
should
knew it. I was gonna say it, but I didn't want to be wrong.
No, it was Try.
But I
She
was
put
wrong anyway, so it doesn't
those
matter.
three songs on there. And then like a lot of the like if she plays a song in class that I was like, this song goes awesome, like this song goes hard, I put it on the playlist. So it's like even though
Yeah,
she hasn't
yeah. You
directly
have to.
added them, like a lot of it is like things from her classes that I'm like, this is a great song. And then I
Mm-hmm.
like things that
Mm-hmm.
I like. My playlist is very all over the place. It goes from like it has a couple show tunes. It's got Taylor Swift.
Show tunes are a must.
It's got Ricky
Show tunes are a
Martin.
must.
It's got Mexican
Yes.
rock. It's got All Too
Yes.
Well 10-minute version.
Of course. Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah. And I'm
I love
scrolling
it.
through it right now. But then it's also got like Heathers, the musical, and like some Hamilton. And
Yep.
like,
I
so,
have Hamilton, Rent, Wicked. What else do I have on mine?
and it's just vibes. Like every time I go for a run, I just shuffle it. Whatever comes on, comes
Yeah.
on.
Yep. Yeah, you have to. You have
Yeah.
to.
So
That's the vibe.
I'm training. It's getting close to the marathon. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. Race day comes, and I kind of killed it, you know? I kind of killed it.
Yeah, kind of. Just kind of.
So I
Casually
went
killed it.
from that my first marathon that put me into marathon retirement, where I limped and was suffering, was 7 hours and 45 minutes, and I ran my comeback full marathon at 6 hours and 17 minutes.
Heck yeah, you did. That is a hell of a PR.
Yeah,
That is
so it's huge.
crazy.
It's huge.
Huge. Huge. And we're talking like PRing by seconds in the marathon, like under 10 minutes in the marathon. And you're talking like
An
hour,
hour and
hour
like an hour and
plus,
20
an
minutes.
hour plus.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
I was
so
like
awesome.
so excited. I was like shocked, but like not really. But like but like
Like
my
you
goal again
prepared.
was
You were
just to
prepared.
finish.
You
Yeah, I
knew.
was
You
prepared that
knew.
time.
You
And I
were
was like,
prepared.
and I wasn't suffering afterwards. Like I was truly fine. Like it
Mhm.
was hard and I did have to stop and walk at like one point. Like, but I was
Mhm.
able to pick it back up. But I will say that like, and I stand by this, like marathon, like a lot of people think of the marathon as like, oh, it's 13.1 miles and then it's like 13.1 more miles. Like the
Oh
marathon
yeah,
to
I know.
me is it's 20 miles and then those
And then a
last six
10K.
are
Mhm.
insane. Like
Mhm.
insane. I was doing great. Like I had to slow down a bit at the end because like I could just feel like my legs were starting to feel it. But then there was like other people near me and like a like woman stopped moving. Like she like was still
Mhm.
standing, but she like didn't keep going forward. And like me and this other random person were like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" She's like, "Yes, I'm good." But like you're just taking care of each other at that point, which is like that's
Yeah.
what I love.
Mhm. I love that. I mean, you know, I'm a big supporter of any person, stranger, friend, whoever is out there on the course that's going to help somebody else. That's why we do what we do. Like, I
Yeah.
love when I
No,
see
it's huge.
people coming
And
together to help each other.
yeah, and going into it, like my school prepared this like giant card for me where like almost every single student in my 300
Oh,
person school, 300 student school signed it.
I
And
love
my
that.
young fives and kindergartners are very cute because I came back on after the race and they were like, "Miss Holly, did you win?" Because when they
Oh,
hear race, they like ask, they think that like, and I was like, I was like, I didn't win. Like, I wasn't the first person across the finish line, but I still won. Like,
yeah, you won. You
I
absolutely won. That
won.
was the perfect
Every
answer. That
race
is
I
the
run, it's
perfect
almost
answer.
frustrating. I'm like, I'm running a race this weekend, and like, then on Monday they're like, "Did you win?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I won."
Kids.
They're so funny.
They are so funny. What did you feel like when you crossed that finish line? Like, did you have a moment where you were thinking about all the things you didn't do the first time that you now did this time and you're like, "Oh wow, that paid off?" Or were you just like so ecstatic you were like, "I can't even."
I was so happy to have a positive marathon experience surrounded
Mhm.
by a community that sees me like being like part of the mariachis and like having that
Mhm.
Peloton community, but also the Teen Running Lab community around me. Like it was so special to like, and it continues to feel validating to like
Mhm.
have people there like we want to hear your story, like we love the contributions you make to our community. And so to have that and also to like have put in the work myself and be able to like say like I want to do this like for myself. And I feel immense. I'm so proud of myself, but I also just feel so uplifted and seen by a
Mhm.
community. And that's where like it comes down to like the people you surround yourself with, like it truly does matter.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as you've described, I think it's like a complete turn for you, it sounds like, in terms
Yeah.
of what you had before, what you were involved in before, and what you're involved in now. And it's a beautiful thing, honestly. And I know it sounds cheesy to say, but it really is. It is a beautiful thing.
I've met some of my like closest friends like through like the mariachi
Mhm.
community and it was so special. And then fast forward a month later, I got to be Mariana's guest and come to Peloton Studios for the first time and take a class
Yes.
in the studio.
Yes. What class was it?
It was a 30-minute intermediate yoga class, and it was the day after my
Nice.
30th birthday. So I got to celebrate like my 30th
Yes.
birthday at Peloton. And
That's
I
so
also
awesome.
it was 500 yoga classes that day. And
No problem.
yeah, no
500.
big deal. No big deal.
It's nothing.
And then I got to go back in March of this year for another yoga class. It was an Iconos Latinos. And
So nice.
and that was 700. Like you gotta if when you don't live
Okay,
close
yo,
and you
I can't even catch up. I can't even catch up.
no, but like I have to hit the milestones when I'm there, you know? Like you
Yeah,
have
no, you
to.
have to.
Like I
You
will
absolutely have
put
to.
extra in my stack, even if I have to like tack on like the get to know me yoga warm up before like the longer yoga class. Like, and so my new manifestation is I want to get to PSNY for a run with Mariana, because I've done yoga 2 times, and I would do yoga every day if I could with her.
Yeah.
But I really want to run. Like
Yeah, you should.
that's the next
You should.
goal. It's hard because
You
my
gotta do it.
work schedule is so demanding, and like because I don't live close, like even if I were to like I have to book a flight, and like
Hmm.
driving is like 9 hours, and with like, gas the way it is at the
Gas is
moment.
like a gazillion dollars a gallon.
Yeah, exactly. No exaggeration.
I'm like, wait, why is it
It's
costing me
it's
$60 to fill
insane.
my gas tank?
No, for real.
That is
But
wild.
yeah, so my goal is to get there for a run. I want to run with Mariana. I want to be face to face with the Mariana magic in a run.
Yeah. You need to experience that. What's next for you? If you're willing to share, are you just riding the high of doing classes and being a part of the community? What do you sign up for races? What do you got?
I kind of okay, so I'm like kind of a little bit in a strength era right now. Like I
Love
haven't
that.
like right now I'm not training for anything, because like I'll start training for the half like the very last
Hmm.
week of June. Um
Yep.
but I call it running for vibes right now. Like I run 2 to 3 times a week, but it's like I could either do a 20-minute class or I could do a 90-minute class.
Oh,
I
I
could
love
I could
that.
yeah, it's pure vibes, and I'm like focusing on strength. Like I'll shout out Emma Lovewell's Crush Your Core. I did that over my holiday break, and like that was like the reset I needed to be like, okay, I'm in my strength era now.
Yeah.
And
She's the best.
yeah, have been locked in on strengths. Like I've been focusing on that more, still doing yoga like almost every day, but running for vibes. I've got a team running lab hosts a 1 mile it's called the Main Street Mile, and I am planning to run that. And I also was able to get in for the Run Disney virtual
Oh,
series this
nice.
summer. So I've got like 3 virtual 5Ks to do. And
Love
so
it.
like what happened is there was a Hercules one, and Hercules is my favorite Disney movie. But then when I went to sign up for just that one, it was sold out. But the challenge to do the Pocahontas one, the Emperor's New Groove one, and the
Hmm.
Hercules one, so here I am. I'm doing 3 virtual
I love
5Ks.
that.
Again, it's on vibes. Like
It's running for vibes. I love
I
that. That
I
just
love
has to be the new era. That's
yeah.
Holly's new era, running for
Yeah,
vibes.
I'm running for vibes until the half marathon training picks up. But I'm excited to start training again. I honestly thrive on the training now. I'm like, give
I
me
know,
the
right?
plan, like
Hmm.
get the training done. And like it's so fun. And in the summer, like when I visit my niece and nephew, they love training with Mariana too. Like they'll run like with me, with her, like
Hmm.
out in the out in their neighborhood, or we'll do yoga together. Like they are huge fans.
I love
And
it.
so it'll be a fun time. I get to like, retest all I don't actually, you know what? My running nutrition is on lock. So I don't gonna make any changes there. I'm
You know
locked in.
what? I love that for you.
Yeah.
Keep it up, girl, because that's the hardest thing ever.
No,
I do
I'm
not
locked in.
fuel well.
I discovered, okay, well, can I put you on something?
Yeah, of course.
I had to say, I like literally told my fiance before I came to record, I was like, I can't wait to tell her about this. I was like, it has to come up.
Yes, tell me.
So the thing that I discovered during my comeback marathon training era,
Hmm.
the most elite pre-run fuel ever, baked sweet potato.
Ooh, I've never heard that before.
So I love
And
sweet
I
potatoes.
love me
I
too. Me
I
too.
I love random data, as you can tell from our conversation tonight. I have
Yeah, I
a
love
note in
this.
my phone of how many times I've eaten sweet potatoes this year. Um, just because I want to
Wait,
know. Like
I
I feel like I
we're
eat
gonna
them a
have to
lot.
like when I announce this track and when it drops, we're gonna have to have like a breakdown, like sweet potato, yoga, runs,
Yeah, please put it
all
in,
the
because I
things.
seriously like I feel like I am sweet potatoes' biggest supporter. Like if sweet potatoes could have a sponsor, it's me.
I literally was gonna say I don't even know who we get sweet potatoes from. It's horrible, but I'm sure we can find a brand that
So
can
yeah,
supply
yeah.
you.
So I bake a sweet potato like the night before with coconut oil. Like I spread a little bit of coconut, like I cut it into slices, spread a little bit of coconut oil, and then sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon, and I bake it. And then the
Yum.
next morning I
Yum.
like nuke it in the microwave for like 15 seconds. And then because it takes me 45 minutes to drive to where my team runs. And on that 45-minute drive, I enjoy my baked sweet potato. And then the morning of my marathon, I had to get up and eat a sweet potato at 5 o'clock in the morning to be dialed in.
If it works, it works. If it works, it works. That's it. I'm gonna have to try it.
Seriously, I would love to hear how, because I think it's the most versatile and amazing carb in the world. And like it like locks me in for my runs. And like
I love
ever
that.
since I start, I cannot, I'm sure I could, but like I would prefer not to do a long run without a sweet potato ever again.
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
It's
now
like
you
a
have to
thing,
stick
like,
with it.
we have like a digital grocery list between me and my fiance, and like sweet potatoes never leaves the list. It's always on there because like
it's number one.
Yeah,
it's number one.
No, it's like literally like permanently like the top picture of the list.
So good. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. Maybe on Saturday.
Report back. I like seriously, I want to know because it changed.
Oh, I will report back.
And I do like a mixture. Like when I'm out there, I do like the Huma gels. That's the only thing.
Oh yeah, I'll be honest. There's only one Huma gel that I can handle, and it's the apple cinnamon.
It's crazy.
I don't know if it's a texture thing.
Flavor. I hate the apple cinnamon
really?
flavor. My friend Tony, who owns Running Lab and like is in charge, like one of the co-owners of Running Lab, she always gives me like extra Humas if like there's some that's going to go out. She gave me an apple cinnamon one, and I was like, I can't do apple cinnamon. She's like, no, you're going to go home and you're going to spread it on toast, and you're going to have apple cinnamon toast with your Huma. And I was like,
interesting.
Okay, I guess, but like I still like, and I did it because she told me. I humored her with that, but that's when I do the lemonade, the mango, and the raspberry.
Interesting. I might have to try the lemonade. I don't think I've tried that one.
And like the lemonade has caffeine, so I like alternate. Because if I don't want to over caffeinate, but like I'll like do like a caffeinated one, non-caffeinated, caffeinated, non-caffeinated. But like also like fueling on my runs was also game changing too. Like I was doing a lot of my runs early on, like fasted, even if it's like a 3-mile training run. I'll like pop like an applesauce pouch like before I start, and like I don't like take fuel with me, but that's been game changing.
Yeah, I will say that's kind of been game changing for me too. Like, I mean, I used to do my easy runs fasted, but since I've been going to the gym, like strength training 3 to 4 times a week for over an hour, a little over an hour, not like excessively over an hour. And then I do my run because it's so early. I'm like, what do I even do? It's 6:30 in the morning and I've already done half my workout. Yeah. I literally have to come back to my apartment, eat something, and then go back out for my run, even though I'm already at the gym.
Try a sweet potato. Let me know how it works out for you.
I would probably be full for a long time, full for the whole workout, because I get hungry.
I love sweet potato.
I get hungry.
Sweet potato. Me and sweet potatoes are...
Well, as we wrap up here, do you want to share a running hot take? Do you have a running hot take? Any hot take, really. It doesn't even have to be running.
Ooh, okay. I might need like a minute to think on it, but I will. Let me see.
Okay.
Let's see what I can come up with. I feel like most of my hot takes aren't that hot of a take.
That's what everyone says. And then everybody says something that like I've never heard before. Not to put you on the spot again, but if you want to share a song for the LAG Show playlist, I would love to hear your recommendation.
Okay. I have a song. I have a song for sure. Okay. Running hot take. People, I think there's a lot of discourse in the running world right now about like, I agree that running is not a sport that you need to spend a ton of money on. Like, granted, like you should invest in a good pair of shoes, but like, you don't need to wear like all of the top brands. You don't need to have like a ton of like fancy apparel to start out. Mm-hmm. Like eventually as you go, like you can upgrade. But I also think that there's no shame in the people who do like to spend the money in the, like, I think running is a truly unique experience for everyone. And so like, I see a lot of discourse online about like, you don't need the fancy whatever. You don't need the fancy watch. You don't need the fancy this. But like, if they want it, like, who
If it
cares?
makes you feel good, just get it.
You love
Just
it?
get it.
I'm happy
Just
for
get it.
you. Just
Yeah,
enjoy
like
like it.
I
Running
know.
is, and I love that it's becoming more accessible. I feel like, I don't know if it was like just a COVID thing, but like I feel like more people are just like trying running. Like I'm seeing
Yeah.
so many things on like my algorithms. Like I just decided to sign up for a 5K, 10K, half marathon. It's so awesome to see. And like there's so many races like selling out. Like the Detroit Free Press has sold out. It sold out in January this year. That has
Mhm.
never happened. And last year it was the
It's
first time it
crazy.
sold out ever in the race's history. But it's a
It's
great race. You
unbelievable.
get to run 2 continents. You run into Canada and back. It's
Yeah,
super.
that's sick.
It's the
That's so
only
sick.
underwater mile in,
I might have
it's
to
like
do
the,
it.
you'll have to do it. It's, I mean, it's sold out for this year, but you know, if
You
you
know,
do it,
missed
let
the
me know,
mark.
because I will, I love the event. It's like I will probably do something like every year, and I would love to, like, it's such a fun race. It is so fun.
Maybe 2027.
Yeah.
That could be a fun one.
It is a great, and it
Too
was
many
voted by
things to run.
USA Today top marathon
Oh,
2 years in a
wow.
row. Yes, like the funnest. It's great.
I'm missing the mark. I'm missing the mark.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
I
world
gotta do
major,
that. I
that's
gotta do
another
that.
thing. The world majors are great, and I'm happy for the people who want to do them. But like also like there are plenty of amazing
Mm-hmm.
races out there, and like find the one that you love, and just, you
Yeah.
know,
I say it all the time on the pod. Some of my best marathons were the not even off the beaten path. That's not even a good phrase to use anymore because it's becoming popular. But some of the ones are like, whether it's last minute sign up, it's at the beach, it's on Martha's Vineyard. I just do the most random stuff, and I love it. I love it.
no,
Like I've done all the
it's
US majors. It wasn't a goal going into it. Um I just was like, yeah, I want to do New York and I want to do Boston. Then I was like, well, I guess I'll do Chicago. But
I would
I can't
love
say I'm chasing them.
I would love to do New York, but I think before then, like my like current bucket list race for New York is like the women's half marathon.
Oh, it's so fun.
I
It's a
think that
hard
like
one. It's a
yeah,
hard one.
I that one like I'm all for like female empowerment, and like, go
Yeah.
girls. I'm a girl's girl, in and out.
It's a special
Um
day. It
and so I
is. And the
just,
mini 10K too. You should do the women's 10K. That's a really fun day.
yeah,
One of my
either
favorites of the year.
like honestly those, like that is like a those are like my next bucket list
Yeah.
races.
I love that. I love that so much. Okay, what is if you want to share, you don't have to share, but if you would like to share a song for the Allergy Show playlist, hit me.
All right, can I share two? Because I have two that are like very,
You could share 10.
yeah, I'm gonna share two. So my favorite song, like it's probably my favorite song of all time, is "Free" by Florence and the Machine.
Oh,
Um,
so good.
it's
So
such a
good.
great, running song, and like everything I've went through in my life, I'm actually, like, we'll talk about stats. I'm the top 15 global listener of Florence and the Machine on Spotify.
I love that.
Like,
I
and so
love that.
when Spotify came out with the playlist, like these are the songs you listen to the most, "Free" has almost 20,000 plays. Like for me, like
Wow.
that song,
That is
it is
impressive.
such a powerful song, and I think it is like just great vibes for running, and so I love it. And I I'm gonna recommend a, Latin vibe one as well. I would like to recommend Caracas in Dos Mils, aka Caracas in 2000, by
Mhm.
Elena Rose. And that song is just, I have people in my life that I'm extremely close to who grew up in Venezuela, and that song reminds them of their childhood, and it's also just like great running vibes. But like, what I put it on my playlist, and whenever I run, whenever it comes on, I think of them.
I love that. That's so awesome. Two great recs. I will add them to the Allergy Show playlist. Thank you for sharing those.
Yes,
Good
thank you for
choices.
asking. No,
There's
yeah,
Florence and the Machine, always. You know what's always on mine? Ship to Wreck. That's one of my favorites.
that's a great one
Always.
too. I know all, I like know her songs inside. Now that is a great one too. And the music
Yeah.
video, fun fact, was actually
Hmm.
filmed in her actual house.
Yep. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. That never happens anymore.
No, no.
Leave it to Florence. Florence Welsh.
Yeah, she's an icon.
Well, Holly, thank you beyond for sharing your story. Thank you for sharing everything that got you back into running. I'm so happy. It makes me smile every single time you post something, and you're just always a champion for so many other people, myself included. I you inspire me so much with your messages, and you help me through so much in running, and it just makes me smile. And I hope that you found some inspiration here on the LIG show, and I hope you continue to find it with all your run crews and your community.
Thank you so much for having me again. This is like to like get to sit and talk to you. I feel like I babbled forever. But
No, it's why you're here. Brag about yourself, girl.
it was so great to get to talk to you and share a little bit more about like where I started and where I'm at now. And I'm just like excited to keep on keeping on and just living my best life.
I can't wait to watch your whole adventure. It's so awesome already watching it, and I'm just so grateful that you came on today. So thank you again. You're the best.
All righty. Thank you so much.
All right, Ali G Show fam, that's a wrap on today's track. Huge thank you to Holly for coming on the pod and sharing such an honest and heartfelt journey from marathon retirement to an incredible comeback. Holly is proof that sometimes the most meaningful finish lines come after the moments when you think you're absolutely done with running and movement and all of the things. I think so many of you are going to connect with this episode because it's really about more than running and more about finding the courage to start again and surround yourself with people who lift you up, and remember that you deserve to be a part of a community where you do feel seen and supported and celebrated exactly as you are and where your feet are. If this episode resonated with you, take that energy with you into your next run, walk, workout, or whatever challenge is in front of you this week. And don't forget to subscribe to the pod, rate the pod, share the pod with a friend that you think would like it. And it truly, just know that it truly helps the show grow. You can find me on Instagram at @the_Ali Show, and make sure you follow Holly and keep up with all the miles and memories ahead. As always, keep moving with purpose, keep chasing joy, and trust the process. And remember, you are never running alone. I will catch you all on the next track of the LIG show. Bye.